Alright, welcome to the second video on the hands-on equation level 1 series. This is for the video for level 1, lesson 2. So in lesson 2, we're going to still use what we learned last time, that a pawn has a special name, which is x. So the pawn is the same as the letter x in an equation. And what we're going to do in this lesson is transform the equation from an equation form to a physical representation using the blue pawn for x and the number cube for the number constant. So whenever there's a number by itself, we're going to use a number cube. Whenever there's an x, we're going to use a blue pawn. The two sides of the equal sign of your equation becomes both sides of the scale. So the left side of the equal sign is the left side of the scale, and the right side of the equal sign is the right side of the scale. And we're going to continue to use the trial and error, the guess and check method, to find the value of x. For this lesson, the materials that you need are only half the materials that come in your kit, so you'll need all of the blue pawns, so 8 blue pawns, and then the 4 red number cubes again. So you'll leave the green number cubes and the white pawns in the bag, and take the blue pawns and the red cubes out. You'll also need your laminated balance scale to solve these problems, and then at the end you'll need a pencil and the lesson 2 worksheet to solve. So the first problem looks like this. So it has 2x plus x equals x plus 8. And like I said earlier, the equal sign is the middle of our balance. So I have an equal sign here to show that it represents the middle of the balance. So on the left side, I have 2x plus x. So what that means is, since x equals a blue pawn, I'm going to put 2 x's down. So I'm going to put 1 blue pawn here, and since it says 2x, I'm going to put 2 there. So 2x plus 1 more x. So then I'm going to put 1 more pawn. So on the left side, I should have 3 blue pawns. So 2x plus x equals, and then I have x plus 8. So the variable x is again my blue pawn. So x plus 8, and 8 has no x connected to it. So it's just the red cube facing the ceiling, and the number facing the ceiling is number 8. So this is what your balance scale should look like. So you should have 3 blue pawns on the left, 1 blue pawn on the right, and the number 8 cube also. And then we're going to use the guess and check method to solve this side. So let's start with number 1 for our guess. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, and then 1 plus 8 is 9. So that does not equal, so we're not going to use 1 as our variable x. We'll move on to number 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, and 2 plus 8 is 10, and 6 does not equal 10. So we will move on to number 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, and 3 plus 8 is 11, and 9 does not equal 11 either, so we will move on. 4, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12, and then 4 plus 8 is also 12. So 12 equals 12, so since I have equal and a balanced scale, I know that x, or my blue pawn, equals 4. So on my worksheet, I would put x equals 4. And then to show my work, or show that I checked my work, I add up the sides. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. And that equals the right side, which is 4 plus 8, which is also 12. And since I solved that and they're both equal, I will put a check mark above my equal sign to show that I checked my work and that both sides are equal. The next one that we're going to do together looks like this. So here is our equation. We are going to use guess and check still, even though I don't have the numbers up on top. So I have 3x plus 1 equals x plus 7. So 3x means that I need 3 x's on the left side. So that means 3 blue pawns. So here's 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 pawns represent my 3x right here. And then I have plus 1, and since there's no x connected to that 1, I'm going to move up a number cube, and I'm going to move up the number 1 cube, so the 1 will be facing the ceiling. On the left side, or the right side, I have x plus 7, so it's only 1x, so that means 1 blue pawn, plus the cube for 7. So here's my cube, and I will change that to 7. So 7 will be facing the ceiling. And we will use the guess and check method to solve this one as well. So I will start with the number 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. Does 4 equal 7 plus 1, which is 8? So does 4 equal 8? No. Let's try 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And then I have 7 plus 1 is 8. So does 7 equal 8? No, but those are pretty close, and it means it's almost balanced. Let's move on to 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, so the left side equals 10. And then I have 3 plus 7, which also equals 10. So that means my x value, or my pawn, to make sure this is balanced, would have to equal 3. And then to check my work, I add up each side, replacing my pawns with the number 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, we said was 10. And then 3 plus 7 is also 10. So I have 10 equals 10 for my check. And since both of these numbers are the same, I can put my check mark above to show that I checked my work and it is indeed correct. The last problem we're going to do on this lesson is 4x plus 3, or 4x equals 3x plus 5. So we're going to be using lots of pawns. There will be 7 pawns being used, and that's why we have 8 of them. But the left side is 4x. So that means I have 4 pawns on the left side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my 4 pawns for 4x equals, and then the right side is 3x plus 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, plus the number 5. So that's a number cube with the number 5 facing the ceiling. So this one has a lot that we'll be doing. So we'll start with our guess and check method. And I'll add the numbers up here to make it a little bit easier. So let's start with number 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. And then I have 3 1s, so 3 plus 5 is 8. So 4 does not equal 8. And that's kind of far off, so I might skip 2 and I might move on to 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12, because I could also do 3 times 4 is 12. And then 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. So I have 12 equals 14. That's still not balanced. So I'll move on to 4 because it's getting closer. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. And then 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. So these two sides are still not equal, but we are getting closer. Let's move on to 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So this side equals 20. 5, 10, 15, plus 5 more is 20. So that means each blue pawn is going to represent the number 5, which means x equals 5. And to check my work, 5, 10, 15, 20, and that should equal the right side, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. And since I have 20 equals 20 and both of those numbers are the same, I will drag my check mark, or write my check mark, above the equal sign to show that I checked my work and that both of these are correct. So following this video lesson, there is a worksheet that goes along with it. Each worksheet, there is going to be 4 problems at the beginning that are new, so they will have problems written like this. And then it will also have 6 more problems that are review, so that will be review problems from lesson 1. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or comment below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. So thank you and bye.